Hey everyone, welcome back. I just did 1,000 Mephisto runs and today we are doing a loot review of all those runs. Now first off, I want to say that this is my first character I made in this latter season. So we are running with a very low budget gear in the beginning of the runs, and then later on as we find better stuff, we are actually upgrading her to a lot better sorceress. Right now we are running with Double Spirit, Law, Viper Magic, Mage Fist, some random rings with Wrist, some random belt, the shoes that give auras, and then I have some charms that give me a little bit of magic find and stuff like that. I think I have 17 in magic find in total. So the first couple hundred of runs, we are not running with the best gear or the best magic find. Now I haven't done Mephisto runs in a very long time, so I chose to actually do 1000 and see if I could upgrade my sorceress and maybe get stuff for a new character. The first 100 runs was a little bit boring. I got a lot of statues, but here on round number 20, I actually got a Cold Sunder charm. So we had something to start out with. We actually also found this rainbow face at round number 26. That was a lightning rainbow face at 5-3. That was pretty nice. I haven't traded it yet though, but maybe I will make a lightning character at some point, I'm not sure. But at this point I was running with the sorceress, low gear, only statues dropping. I ended up with keep finding a lot of Madax Ira, sometimes Pulcatus. I actually ended up almost collecting all of the statues, but not Borok's end because I don't know. I just can't find that one. It's just a hell with that one. So yeah, nothing special for the first 100 runs. But we got a lot of statues, so that's not bad. You can always trade them. At some point, I will do Uber Asians. Right now, I got the Warlock almost ready. I think he can handle it. I haven't tried it out yet. I will do that pretty soon. So let's see. First 100 runs done. Now, before I do the next 100 runs, someone actually reminded me that I could cube my Thunder Charm. So of course I had to do that. So that was a quick little upgrade, and let's get into the next 100 runs. Alright, with the upgraded Thunder Charm and still 17 in Magic Find, let's get straight into the next 100 runs. Now, to be honest with you, nothing really lucky on these runs. Mephisto just kept dropping Madrax Ira for some weird reason. He is very happy about that statue. I did find one Pulcatus though, and then at round 150 we actually got something different. As you can see, we found a Stormshield. Now, it's not very useful for me, but it's better than nothing, so maybe the drops will start coming from here. But to be honest with you, for the last 50 runs, it was just a lot more statues. So these 100 runs and the first 100 runs, I literally only found statues. With that said, let's get ready for the next 100 runs because we are done with these ones, and that's gonna be round 200 to 300. For the next 100 runs, I don't remember what I upgraded, but I upgraded something, so I got 57 magic find. We started finally getting some drops. We found 2 times Horizon gloves. Right after that, we found Trangul gloves. So finally, we didn't see as many statues as before, but we finally actually started getting some drops. The next one I think is Dwarf Saw. So finally, Mephisto is starting to give us something. Right after that, we got Atmas Veil. So that's not bad at all. We're finally starting to get something that actually worth something. And then of course we had to get more statues. Now for some weird reason Mephisto kept dropping Madrax Ira, and then as you're gonna see later on, it's just gonna keep dropping like every 10th run. I only got to do 30 minutes of Mephisto Terrorize, but I did find a pull rune on that, so that's not bad at all. But for some weird reason I could never match the time with Mephisto's terrorized zone, so we only got to do it for 30 minutes. After that, we did find Bone Hue. I'm using Insight for my mercenary, but it's a old school drop, if you can say it like that. Right after that, we got Dread Fang. And to be honest with you, I think it looks pretty okay, but I'm using Undals for my Warlock, so I'm not gonna use it. And then we found Laying of Hands. We're gonna find those a couple of times. And on round 296, we actually found Horizon's Armor, Maddox Ira, and this pretty nice Sorcerer's Weapon. But I'm gonna find Oculus later. I'm gonna use that for my Sorceress, so. And in the last run before we ended this stream, I've actually found almost with 3 to charge bolt. Not the best, but almost is almost. 300 we actually started getting some drops. First of all, we just found Carrion Wind, and right after that, of course, we had to find another statue. But then we actually found a small time with 20 to life and a little bit of cold damage. Not the best, but 20 to life is pretty good. And I would actually, to be honest with you, with these 100 runs I did now, I would say I was starting to find some stuff and a lot of eligible items also. Now, some of the stuff I just kept because I wanted to look at it later, so I'm not sure if it's worth anything or. But I'm kind of just keeping track of it because I'm kind of curious what else we gonna get. Now, as you can see, the statues keeps coming, and I'm actually gonna end up collecting 100 of Maddox Ira through all the runs. So, besides that, we got a lot more items than we did in the previous runs. We found Gullium's face, and we're actually gonna find it again later on in this run. So that's not bad at all. And we found a Summoner Skiller. And remember, at this point, I'm running around 57 Magic Find. First, later on, I actually get more Magic Find. But for now, we are still running on the low gear, still running on low Magic Find. Now we found the Impaler. I'm not sure if it's worth anything. It's one of those things that I just keep and then I tell myself to look at it later, but doesn't happen. Now a classic one, Wizard Spike. I mean, haven't found these one in a lot of seasons, so that's fun again. And there was the second William's face. So as you can see, we're getting a lot more items than we did in the first 100 runs, and that's pretty nice. Another statue, of course. They just keep coming. Okay guys, we are almost halfway through, and as you can see, I keep getting the same statue over and over and over again. But that doesn't matter. We made it a mission. We're gonna see how many we can collect in 1,000 runs. Now, I just kept running with the Mephisto runs, and around, I think it was 400 and something with 40, I actually started getting some drops other than statues. Not getting me. We get him? Yeah. I got a statue. Now, first item I got for these 100 runs was the Horizon helmet. Right after that, I got another statue, of course, why not? But right after that again, I finally found Oculus. Now that's gonna make a big difference in the game. A lot more magic find and a bit better damage with Oculus, so I can finally drop Spirit. Legible, nice. What we got? Nice. Just found Oculus. Okay guys, so we finally got Oculus on, we upgraded some magic find and we're killing a little bit faster. Of course we had to find a couple more statues because that's just a part of it. Right after that we did find the Suture's Chamber, not with the best stats. I'm gonna find one that's much better later on in the game. Right after that we did find the Viper Magic, just not with the best stats. I think right now I'm finding items, but with a little bit low stats. And right after that we had to find some more statues. We did find the Limb Rune, and I think we're gonna end up finding more statues, and that's gonna be the end for these 100 runs. Oh, there was also a Reaper's Tool. I forgot everything about that one. It's not a weapon I'm using because I always in need. I am always in need of mana, so I mostly use Insight for the mercenary. Uh, I thought give it to the Warlock's mercenary. Maybe I'm not sure yet. I haven't looked at it. And then we did find a little list. So we are starting to finally get some drops. To be honest with you. This one, Demon Horn's Edge, I actually like this one. I've never seen it before. I think it looks pretty good. Nice one. Okay, guys, we are halfway through the runs, and we are actually finally starting to get some drops. I'm running with our almost 100 Magic Find, and I'm still running a Hydra Orb, mostly Orb. But we are finally starting to get some drops from Mephisto. Now the first couple hundred of runs I mostly got statues, but now I'm getting a mix of both items and statues. For these 100 runs I will say I started to getting stuff that actually helped. I also did find some stuff I haven't seen in a very long time, something like Guardians Angels. I haven't seen this one for seasons. I remember back in the days I used to play Hammerdin with that armor, so it's pretty nice to see stuff you haven't seen in a while. And that was a nice found. We just did found Andal's Wisdom, and then right after that we almost find the almost perfect Viper Magic. Pretty good. I gave the Andal's Wisdom to my Warlock, and I think I gave the Viper Magic to my brother. I don't quite remember. Then a Talbot, but I already have Talbot, so it didn't really change anything. Now guys, here we got our second Isusa's Chamber, and this one actually had pretty nice stats. So from now on here, I would say the drops are getting a lot better. We are finding a lot of different things. We are finding stuff with good stats. And we're just finding a lot more stuff than I did in the beginning. We did find Blood Moon and Snow Clash. Blood Moon, I don't know if it's worth anything, if anyone ever used it, but Snow Clash, I can always use it for the sorceress when I'm not magic mything. And then we found these gloves, also legible. I did find a lot of legible items on these 1,000 runs. That was pretty nice. And Crystal armor have to drop at some point, of course. Then we did find gold wrap, and I forgot everything about this one. I haven't seen this one for seasons, but it's good for the magic find, but I have very bad damage with it, and I like Talbot because it has damage goes to mana. So we are actually starting to get some nice drops, and I think it's gonna get a lot better from now on. Now for these 100 runs, I did start out founding chain guard, so we changed that right away because we needed some more magic find. I actually ended up with 164 magic find on these 100 runs. And I gotta be honest with you, the drop rate has changed a lot. I'm starting to find a lot more items, some useful items, some unuseful items. But the drop rate is still getting a lot better. So for these 100 runs, I would say I got, it might be one of the best 100 runs so far. If you're looking at how many different stuff I got. And also I got some useful stuff for the sorceress. Now I did find a Nagel almost perfect. You can always use that for magic find if you have enough risk and all the rest stuff. and then we found our second almost. I'm gonna end up finding 4 of those. For some weird reason, almost just kept coming. Okay guys, we're 800 runs in and we are staying with the same magic find 164, and I'm gonna be honest with you, these 100 runs made a major difference. Right from the start we got some more statues, and then we actually got our second Under's Wisdom. Not with the best stats, but still it's nice to find 2 of them, why not? Then some more statues, and then we got horrors and gloves. I almost collected the whole set. And right after that, we found a rainbow faced with poison. Not useful for me, but still a rainbow faced is always good to find. As you can see, we are finding a lot more items than we did before. And then finally, at round 893, I actually found my first Shaco for this season. I was so happy about that. I was searching for it. Sorceress was in need of it. Because right after that, I did socket it and put a perfect topaz inside it, and I got around, I think it was around 230 magic finds. So for the last 100 runs, we're gonna do plus 200 magic find, and we are gonna see what we're gonna get for those. Okay guys, right into the last 100 runs. This time we are running with plus 200 magic find, and I actually changed the sorceress from an orb hydra to an orb blizzard, and I started killing a lot faster. Already in the first 10 runs we did find titans with almost perfect ED, so that was pretty nice. We did find right after that Lysander's flank. I don't know if it's worth anything, I haven't seen it before, so it was a little bit interesting to me. And right after that we found our third almost. We're gonna end up finding one more. I don't remember the stats on it, but we're gonna find one more in these runs. Then we found this amazing Barb Helm Wolf Howl, and I like that it gives skills to Werewolf. I would love to try that at some point, so the plan was to make a Barb just to try it out, but the latter season is right around the corner. Right after that, Ostul Mephistos. Now this one was amazing to find, and I actually end up finding a charm rune, and I put a charm rune inside it and gave it to the Warlock. It helped a lot. It made the Warlock really strong. So that was a lucky found. I will say these 100 runs I'm getting a lot better drops, and sometimes I kind of wish I continue further than those 100 runs, but it is what it is. And then we found another rainbow facet, so that's 3 in total for these 1000 runs. And I think the rest was just more statues. Ah, we also had Durill's armor. So we are finding a lot of different stuff. We are getting a lot of better drops. I'm not unhappy about it, but it shows that you have to get a, a decent amount of magic find before your drops really starts to increase. Because it was first when I reached 100 plus, I actually started to get drops, and then 200 plus, I started to get good drops. So that's something to think about. So that was 1000 run guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit a like and subscribe so I can make more videos. If there's a place you want me to farm, please write it in the comment and I'll take a look at it and maybe do 1000 runs of that place also. Thanks everyone, see you next time.